are back with another video. Before we get into the video, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you turn on post notifications. Now, fans are clowning Nicki Minaj because Uńtś is the second rapper to win Woman of the Year. Cardi B was the first, and Nicki Minaj has yet to receive Woman of the Year at Payola Board. Okay, now Cardi B received it in 2020. Olivia received it in 2022. For whatever reason, there was no Woman of the Year in 2021. And then in 2023, SZA received Woman of the Year. Karol G received it in 2024. And now Uńtś is receiving it in 2025. Well, one, I don't think Nicki Minaj cares about winning Woman of the Year at Payola Board. We already know, no shade, that Payola Board has been very fraudulent to Nicki Minaj. Remember, they took 100K sales away from Pink Friday 2? So Payola Board can't be trusted. Clearly, they're being paid off to go against the queen. But Nicki Minaj should have been won it, obviously. Okay, I feel like, especially during the 2014, 2015 era, it should have went to Nicki Minaj, okay? And definitely, possibly in 2020, when she came back with Trolls and Say So, and completely annihilated that year while pregnant, she definitely should have won it. Now, many people are wondering, why is Uńtś getting it over Gorilla Glue too? A lot of people are saying Gorilla Glue should have won it, but the reason why is because Gorilla Glue did not win Rap Album of the Year. Okay, so that's why Gorilla Glue did not win it. So that's why she was unable to win it, because Uńtś's mixtape / album was critically acclaimed. Okay, but I also feel like Nicki Minaj, her next album, it gotta be critically acclaimed. People were playing in Nicki Minaj's face when it came to Pink Friday 2. I feel like Nicki Minaj, she gotta really make a nice classic album for people really to respect her pen. Okay, because I feel like people are not respecting her pen, and that's why these other girls are getting the accolades that she definitely deserves. I mean, she's been in the game consistently for 15, 20 years and still relevant. Honestly, it's a slap in the face, for Nicki Minaj to not get the awards and accolades that she deserves. I feel like we got to give our icons and legends their flowers while they're still around. Now, moving on from that, Doja Cat has been crowned the artist that is able to conquer multiple genres. She has conquered hip-hop, pop, R&B, and they're saying that she has mastered the Holy Trinity. I feel like you also can give that to Queen B. Queen B is able to conquer multiple genres. Same thing with Nicki Minaj. Okay. Even I would give that to, Drake only can conquer really hip hop and pop, I guess. So I wouldn't put him in the category. But I feel like Nicki, I feel like even also Ariana, Queen Ari, she can do hip hop, she can do pop. She has the voice for classical music. I don't really feel like Doja Cat's the only artist that's able to do that. She probably has, had the most hits in female rap recently. One of the girls that has one of the most hits in the game when we're talking about female rappers, because I do consider Doja Cat a female rapper if she's rapping constantly on records. But I don't feel like she is the biggest artist that has the most versatile discography in the game, in my opinion. Now, Cardi B has made history. She is the last female rapper to chart in the top 10 on the Billboard Hot 100. Uńtś has yet to do so. I think Uńtś is coming for a top 10 though. But let me know, if Nicki Minaj drop a single, do you think that it will be able to reach the top 10? Because I feel like a lot of female rappers right now are not able to reach the top 10 like the male rappers are. Okay? Megan Thee Stallion, if she's not dissing Nicki Minaj, she has trouble. Uńtś, as popular as Uńtś is, she don't reach the top 10 like that, or at all. Ice Spice been flopping. Gorilla Glue, she don't reach the top 10 like that. I mean, I think Yeglo did, but other than that, and the Wannabe remix, she don't really reach the top 10. And then Scratch Off is a big flop. So I'm wondering who's going to be the next female rapper to get a top 10. Is it going to be Cardi B or Nicki Minaj? Okay? Or possibly Doja Cat. Now, speaking of Doechie's Anxiety is predicted to debut on the Billboard Hot 100 at number 18. And I do like that record. I'm be honest with you. I do like that record. Is it heavily played on my playlist? No, but I think the record is fire. Okay? And Doechii has this versatility, especially in her voice, that I noticed that no wonder Lauryn Hill likes her so much. You know, she can do a pop song, she can do R&B, she can do hip hop, and it's more in her voice. Like, she can really sing. I think she's a better singer than Doja Cat, in my opinion. I feel like she's coming for Doja Cat's spot when it comes to the pop and rap genre. Okay, because Doja Cat doesn't have a voice like that. I'm really starting to notice that. Like, she can sing okay, but she really don't have a voice like that. I'm starting to notice that. Now, I'm hearing Rihanna Jr., Tyla, is begging Rihanna to do a collaboration with her behind the scenes, especially since Rihanna has been teasing her comeback to music. Now, if you have been paying attention, Rihanna earlier, I think last month, or maybe it was this month, said that basically she is working on her next album, even though she lies a lot. Okay, no shade. She said that it has no genre, and she also allegedly is teasing a tour. Okay, allegedly she's working on a stadium tour, trying to copy Queen Bee. And so with that being said, Tyla, who heavily is influenced by Rihanna and is Rihanna's replacement in the industry, is trying to get a collaboration from her. For what I've been hearing, she knows that a Rihanna co-sign would take her up a notch. If Rihanna co-signs her, you know, most of the Rihanna fans will start supporting Tyla more. And, you know, I don't really think there's anything wrong with, you know, Tyla doing that, because a lot of these female rappers do that with Nicki Minaj, don't they? You know, they want to collaborate with Nicki Minaj so the Barbs can support them. So it's smart. The only thing, though, I don't think that Rihanna and Tyla should perform together if they do a collaboration. Reason being is because Tyla is a way better performer and a way better dancer, would eat Rihanna alive. Okay, Rihanna has never been a great performer. That's why she never did a stadium tour before now. She had to go on a 10 plus year hiatus to do a stadium tour. When she was active, she couldn't do no stadium tour because at the end of the day, Queen Bee is really the only black female artist that can really do one consistently. Now, with that being said, though, Tyla is a better overall performer and dancer, so Tyla's going to eat Rihanna up with ease. Now, speaking of Tyla and Rihanna, she is getting called out for copying Riri yet again. She is wearing Chanel. I think this is at Fashion Week, and Rihanna has worn a similar outfit years ago. Now, to be quite honest, I like Tyla's little suit better than Riri's. Riri was giving grandma. It might be the color though. Okay, the color was giving grandma, and Tyla was giving PYT. So I like Tyla's outfit better than I like Riri's. Okay, but she definitely copies Rihanna. But Rihanna has copied Aaliyah. She has copied Princess Diana. She's copied Queen Bee. She has copied Gaga. She's copied a lot of people. So I don't really feel bad for Rihanna. Now, moving on to Botch and Bitter, I'm hearing the future princess of rap, Doechii. I think Doja Cat still has a spot, but the future princess of rap, Doechii, is trying to put out a all-female rapper ensemble for her album and have a bunch of female rappers on her debut iconic album dropping this year. Now, she wants to have Sexy Red, Cardi B, and JT and Doja Cat, from what I'm hearing. I'm hearing that she really respects Cardi B. And she thinks that her and Cardi B can come out with something fire for her album. Let me know how y'all feel about it. Doechii and Cardi B, Well, if Doechii writes for Cardi B, because you know Cardi B gonna need a writer, and Partisan Fontaine ain't doing it. I think Party a little bit upset at Cardi B because he's been giving her some terrible bars. She ain't had a good bar or line in a minute. Not since Yesterday too. Okay, which came out like 3 years ago. So I think if Doechii writes for Cardi B, it could be a banger. I think Cardi B needs a new writer. I think that's the issue. That's why she hasn't had a hit in years, because the writing camps ain't working. She need to do what Queen B does, and Queen B switches out her writing camps, every few years, okay, to move with the times. Sia was writing for her heavily. At one moment in time, she had Neo writing for her. He don't write for her no more because Neo ain't hot. And now she got The Dream. And she been working with The Dream for a while now. But she lets different people write for her. Like Shabuzi wrote on Cowboy Carter. Okay? He's hot right now. So, of course, he gonna write for her. So, that's what Cardi B got to do. She got to find writers that are hot to write for her. Artists that are hot to write for her. Now, moving on from that, Scratch Off preview some new music. Let's take a listen.
Let the way you touch my body. From the bed, get body. I never tell nobody. All I want is you, boy. All I want is you. All I need is you, boy. All I need is you. It's just me and you, boy. It's just me and you. I really need somebody. Tell me you need somebody.
Now, Scratch Off, you are receiving Donkey of the Day. Why are you taking Aaliyah's lyrics? Aaliyah, R.I.P. to the princess. She already has a song, a classic record, called Are You Somebody? And you just took the lyrics like it was nothing. Goodness gracious, you don't have an original bone in your body. You really need to be stopped. Okay? And the auto-tune is terrible. It sounds like you're trying to be Sexy Red. Okay? And I wouldn't be shocked if Champagne Thickums wrote this. This sounds like a Champagne Thickums type of record. Okay, a scrap record. I wouldn't be shocked if Champagne Thickums has continued to write for Nicki Minaj's ops. Okay, because this sounds like a Champagne Thickums record, where he's taking other people's lyrics and pretending like it's his. That's what Scratch Off does. I'm like, Are You Somebody? That's already a song. Like, can't you be original? I really hope the Aaliyah estate sues you. Okay, because you need to stop stealing from other people. I'm sure you did not get the proper clearance to take no lyrics like that. Okay? And it don't even sound like a hit record, in my opinion. This sound like a bunch of auto-tune nonsense. So, Donkey of the Day to Scratch Off, that is trash. No wonder you can't find a hit. Okay? Because you just can't be original. You have no originality. Most of the female rappers can't be original. But I just feel like Scratch Off, she's still trying to find her sound. And it's like you've been in the game since 2016 and you still trying to find your sound? That's embarrassing. Come on now. Now, Champagne Thickums come to the front of the congregation. How is Kung Fu Kenny continuing to outsell you? This is embarrassing. I mean, the album is like 6 months old. And he's outselling you. And your album came out 3 weeks ago. Now, here are the midweek projections for the Billboard album chart. Gaga is at number 1 with 200,000 first week. The thing about Gaga, like, this is not a flop, but this ain't a W either. Because I feel like Sabrina, Olivia Rodrigo, Big Billy, who else? Obviously, Queen B and the Tribe Size Races, they're all outselling you. I don't know. It's kind of weird with Gaga. I feel like we already know she's been falling off musically, but it really just shows that she don't get the support like her peers. Okay? Even the new girls who aren't her peers are outselling her. I don't know. That's kind of odd to me. Gaga's supposed to be like a legend in the game. Now, Kung Fu Kenny is supposed to be at number 2, and Party Next Door and Champagne Thickums are going to be at number 3 and only doing 800 copies in per sales, okay? And here's the thing. Y'all say that Kung Fu Kenny and Dolce, they got bots. But how is Kung Fu Kenny doing 15,000 in per sales? And Champagne Thickums is only doing 800 copies. That's embarrassing. I think, in my opinion, Champagne Thickums is using the bots. Because if you're selling 78,000 and only 800 in per sales, that means that you might be getting some payola, in my opinion. No shade. It just doesn't add up. How is your per sales always low? It's always low for Champagne Thickums. He never has high per sales. Gaga doing 100 and something thousand in per sales. Champagne Thickums never does that because he uses payola. Now, fans have made a list of the top 5 industry plants of all time. Tyla, Dolce, 6ix9ine, Doja Cat, and Ice Spice. No. Okay, Ice Spice, yes. 6ix9ine, yes. Everybody else, no. Doja Cat, definitely not an industry plant. She been in the game for a while. She was shelved by Devil Nation. That's why you didn't really hear of her, because Camel Face fucked up. Dolce, very talented, you know, and was on YouTube putting out music. Tyla, another talented individual. So I don't agree with everybody on the list. I think 6ix9ine and Ice Spice probably are the biggest industry plants. But I like how y'all don't say this about the Korean artists that just randomly pop up. Talking about, oh, Rose was in Blackpink. Yeah, she wasn't having this type of success that she having now, you know, a few years ago. Or even last year. Wasn't she solo last year? So why wasn't she big last year? I noticed that she get all the payola in the world, but Bruno, y'all don't say anything about these Korean artists that, you know, magically blow up. What about Wack Carlo? I don't think he's that talented. He always goes number 1 randomly with a TikTok record. Or Tommy Richmond, the culture vulture. He definitely is an industry plant. Let's not forget it. Sexy Red to me is an industry plant. The non-talented people in the industry, I'm noticing, y'all don't really pay attention to. But y'all want to say the talented people or industry plants? Sounds like hateration in my opinion. Now here comes Queen Ari basically copying Jhené Aiko. She must want Big Sean again. That's what it's given that she want Big Sean. But she has copied Jhené's Eternal Sunshine cover art that Jhené put out years ago. And unfortunately, Queen Ari, I do love you. You my fave, but you have to receive Donkey of the Day for this. We know you and Jhené don't like each other. I think that this was shade. And you better be careful because Jhené from the streets. Okay? And I don't think she will send her goons after you, but she might put some spells. Okay? You might not want to mess with Jhené. Because I heard some things about Jhené. She don't play. So, Queen Ari, you got to receive Donkey of the Day. You clearly copied Jhené. And you know you didn't. And you did it intentionally. Okay? I think you wanted to get the people talking because Eternal Sunshine didn't win no scammies or really any awards like that. And you lost at the Oscars. You know, you lost for Wicked. And I think that you're probably upset about that. You've been getting snubbed all year, so you got to cause some controversy after you took that lady's husband. So I get your plan, but I don't think it's a smart idea. So Donkey of the Day. But anyway, I got some hot tea on Patreon. Link would be in the description. Have a great day.